I'm Kevin John. We have some high school football to get to, but first, Golden One Center took center stage last night as the Kings and Thunder bumped heads in the inaugural in-season tournament in the capital city. Our very own Matt George was at Golden One Center last night and brings us more on this exciting evening.
New court, new jerseys, new tournament, but same vibes for the Sacramento Kings fans here inside the Golden One Center. Another sellout crowd on hand, hoping to see the beam. Also, our first look at Chet Holmgren, who was drafted second overall in the 2022 draft, but missed all last season with an injury. Keegan Murray, taken fourth in that same draft, also was looking to bounce back after another rough shooting night. Kevin Huerter, he's been struggling too, but that looks to be in the past. He led the Kings with 28 points and 4 3-pointers tonight. Domantas Sabonis was a jack of all trades, finishing with a 17-point, 12-rebound, 13-assist triple-double. He now has 15 as a King, passing Chris Webber for second most in Sacramento Kings franchise history and most in the Sacramento era alone. Keegan Murray started slow, but he ended up hot. He had 24 points on the night. The Kings win their second straight without De'Aaron Fox, getting back to 500 on the season. They also start tournament play with a win and are currently tied with the Warriors and Timberwolves at the top of Group C. Let's hear from Kevin Huerter, who enjoyed the changes that the tournament brought.
It was fun. I think the atmosphere felt different, I think, because of the court. That was our first experience with it. Luckily, ours was gray for most of it. You're seeing these courts, bright red and bright green, bright blue. So I'm glad ours was gray, but there was definitely a little bit different energy in the building tonight. It was fun.
Thank you, Matt. Good stuff there. And it was so good to see Kevin Huerter get his swagger back last night. All right, guys, as promised, let's get to some high school football. Can you believe it's already the second week of playoffs? Welcome to the quarterfinals of the Sac Joaquin Section Championships. We're going to kick this thing off in Division I with two teams who both went undefeated in their respective leagues and both averaged over 50 points a game in league play. Grab your popcorn. To Elk Grove, we go on the campus of Monterey Trail. The Mustangs are coming off a bye week, so they were well rested to host the Inderkum Tigers out of Natomas. We'll pick this up in the second half. Inderkum in the red zone. This play action right here was so good, it faked out the cameraman. Where'd he go? Oh, there he goes. By the time we caught up, Ricky Cole is dancing in the end zone for a touchdown. Go ahead, Ricky. But Monterey Trail would clap back. Vontrell Wafer takes the handoff, and just like a kid running home on a Friday night to make curfew, Wafer is going to run this all the way to the house. Mustangs doing everything they can to stay in the game, but on this night, them Inderkum Tigers were just too much. Later in the game, Ricky Cole throws a short pass to Zayden Maxwell, and this dude right here is more elusive than my cat when I'm trying to take him to the vet. Maxwell taking this all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Those Inderkum Tigers cannot be stopped. They put up a 50 piece on Monterey Trail, defeating them 50-21, which sets up a showdown next week between Folsom and Inderkum. Yes, give it up for the world-famous Oak Ridge Marching Band. Staying in Division I, next we're in El Dorado Hills, where the Oak Ridge Trojans welcome in the Turlock Bulldogs. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Oak Ridge ball. Joaquin Graves Mercado going deep. He completes this pass, but it's to the wrong team. That's Jeremiah Bertolato getting the interception. He'll take this back to just outside the 20-yard line. A few plays later, Turlock lining up for the field goal, but it's blocked. So Oak Ridge takes over, and the Trojans are in business. Graves Mercado throws a short pass to Caleb Edwards, and this right here is the definition of beast mode. Edwards running over defenders like they stole his lunch money. He picks up 41 yards on that catch and run. All right, to the second quarter now. Oak Ridge in the red zone, and watch Jason Womack channel his inner Superman as he goes airborne. Whee! Over the O-line for the touchdown. It was that kind of night for Oak Ridge. The Trojans go on to defeat Turlock 45-6, which means next week they will face the Central Catholic Raiders out of Modesto in the semifinals. Well, next we're heading to Division II, and is the 209 in the house. We had a matchup of two of the best teams in the section over in Manteca tonight. Now, because this game was so massive, we decided to go big on it, which means this can only be a job for John Bartell. Johnny Football, take it away.
Hey, Johnny Football here, kicking off the Veterans Day weekend in Manteca. It is Buffaloes versus Grizzlies. Let's get to those highlights. Hey, we got the red, white, and blue decorated on the Manteca bleachers, and the crowd is all fired up here. First highlight, though, is going to go to Granite Bay, and it was a nice, wide open pass to Carson Smith. Grizzlies will jog it in for that first play. I'd say that last play angered the Buffaloes pretty good. Watch as Bryson Davis tramples over the line and then boom, hits the Grizzly out of the way without even losing a step. And oh, the crowd loves it. Listen to the replay.
Basically, Bryson just got the ball and he just ran it all the way to the house.
Now in the second half, this is when the Manteca herd really picks up the pace. Bryson Davis again here bullying his way through the end zone. Buffalo band loving that one. Now in the fourth quarter, Grizzlies' Frank Kazan finding a nice hole here. Watch as he beelines to the end zone. There was a lot of running this game.
B-O-W-A touchdown.
Speaking of running, Bryson Davis again using his Buffalo strength to push through the line. That'll be the game-winning touchdown. Manteca wins 21-14. Let's hear it from the boys.
We did great. We stuck to our assignments and we stood on business. Let's go. Whoa! 0!
All right, that's all from Manteca. I'm Johnny Football. Back to you.
Johnny Football, you're a national treasure, buddy. Staying in Division II, next we're heading to my hometown of Stockton, where the top-ranked St. Mary's Rams welcome in the Vacaville Bulldogs. We'll pick this up at the first quarter. St. Mary's ball, and Samson Hunkin doing Samson Hunkin things, which is rolling out and throwing a dart to the end zone. Alex Kazakian brings this in for the touchdown. Rams take an early 7-0 lead. Now, next possession for the Rams, this kid, Samson Hunkin, is just not fair. He's like what you get if you create your own player in Madden. He can run, he can pass, and he has a great supporting cast. The Rams go on to defeat Vacaville 38-0. This sets up a showdown next week against the Manteca Buffaloes in the semifinals. Well, we're going to keep things going in Division IV, and the one thing about those Vista Del Lago Eagles in Folsom, their student section remains undefeated. Now, I'm not sure if there's a more vibrant student section in the world than on the campus of Vista Del Lago in Folsom. They even got the glow sticks out there. It's like a rave going on. The Eagles hosting the Rio Americano Raiders. We'll pick this one up in the second quarter. Vista Del Lago ball. Johnny Kett drops dimes. Don't believe me, just watch. Here he is going deep. He's going to find his favorite receiver. Who else but Matt Long in double coverage? These two are a better duel than Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Get your autographs from them now, people. Eagles up 28-0 at this point. Later in the quarter, Johnny going to the air again. And Mr. Will Green, I give you full permission to moss your defenders. My goodness, that was filthy. Just stop it, Will. Same drive, Vista Del Lago in the red zone. And watch Johnny Kett throw the nice fade ball to Dominic Rostami. Johnny putting on a clinic in this game. He threw for like 600 touchdowns in the first half alone. This game was over by halftime. Vista Del Lago goes on to upend Rio Americano 48-7, and the Eagles are moving on to the semifinals. All right, you guys know what that music means. Now, interesting enough, you guys are probably watching the whole high school football coverage like, well, where's the game of the week? Well, this week, our game of the week will actually be today on a Saturday. Yeah, the third-ranked Jesuit Marauders will host the sixth-ranked Del Oro Golden Eagles today at 1 o'clock. Now, this will actually be a playoff rematch from 2 years ago. Jesuit won that game back in 2021. So today, Del Oro will be looking for a little payback. Now, we'll have a full recap of this game, including highlights and post-game interviews tonight during our 8 o'clock special edition newscast. All right, guys. Well, thank you for putting up with me the last 10 minutes. I appreciate your company. That is my time.